Hello, hello, hello. I hope this is working. Um, how is everybody? Happy New Year. Um, I'm literally about to talk, and then all of a sudden it's come up and said suspicious activity detected, and now I can't see the comments, and I have to look over here to see the comments. So if you see me looking over here, it's because they were here and now they're over here because it decided to not work at the last second. Anyway, how is everybody? Happy New Year and everything. Let's go through the hello, shall we? So we got Dave. Hello, Dave. Kate. Amory. Maltor. Paranormal Walks. Hello, Stu. Kane. Hello, Kane. And we got a question already from Kane. Hi there, everybody. I'm from Bristol and I want to get involved in ghost hunting. How do I go about it? Wow. You talking you want to start a YouTube channel, or you just want to go places and just do it like willy-nilly, or if you're looking to like go on events? It depends which one you mean. Uh, Bloody hell, question before even getting going. Now, I will say before, you're probably all wondering where's the guests, because I was supposed to have a special guest. So Will, you might have met Will. Well, not met Will, you know what I mean. You might have seen Will from previous episodes. So my niece's partner, he was supposed to be joining me this evening to talk about odds and ends of what he's into and stuff like that. But he's got the flu. He's got man flu. Man flu is what he's got. He's got man flu. So he's out of action. I think he might still be watching though on the side, but his YouTube account is he's forgotten his password, so he can't comment. But yeah. Oh yeah, cool. It's working. Good. I think someone deleted my comment to Kate. Well, there's only three people that can delete comments, and that's the two mods and myself, and you can delete your own comments as well. I stripped a lot of mods off of here as well. It's fine if you have too many, then you know it's far too easy to click and accidentally like remove people as well. So I was just like, just gonna reduce it down a little bit. Yes. What's the most haunted place you've been to in Bristol? Was it Snuff Mills? That's accessible, that you don't have to pay to get in and you don't need permission off of anybody to go to, and you can just go there. It's a good shout. It's definitely a good shout as a potential haunted spot, that's for sure. Not been in a while. It's been quiet recently down there. Last few times I went, it's not been up to its standard, but you know, I don't know. It's worth it. It's worth a crack, but don't go for like 20 minutes. Like you need to be there for at least like 2 hours. Like I'd say around 11 o'clock through to like 1 o'clock ish, 12, like 12, 1, 2 o'clock. That's sort of the prime time. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It was me, thanks to you, Kate, for getting more subs. I sub to you to consider uploading something. YouTube. Can it? I didn't know that. Is it, well, is that just like if it's like offensive stuff? Like if someone puts like a lot of profanities, if I've got like a profanity filter on or something? I don't know. I don't know. But how has everyone been? I mean, I've seen Stu was out paranormal walks not too long ago, doing a little live around a war cemetery. That looked quite interesting. Quite little nice little spot that. And I've been. I'll tell you what. Here's a bit of insider information. I've been working on a massive project, nearly finished. It's due to come out next Sunday at the farm. So halfway farm. Okay, what's the scariest encounter you've had? Right. Should we put the... Can I make a poll? How do you make a poll on here? someone that's I don't know how you do it. I've seen other people do it before, but I don't have a bloody clue how to do it. I was gonna put a poll of like my scariest moments, and the people that have watched me, you can vote on them. This is very like, because I had like a set plan of what, you know, who I was gonna talk to and stuff. Like that's all gone out the window, and we're just gonna have a chat. So anything's possible. Like putting the floor out to you guys, really. YouTube wouldn't let me comment on Stu's like. That's so weird when it does that. I'll tell you, like, Anne-Marie had similar on mine, right? And I think I had to, like, oh, it's so weird. Like, I made you a mod and everything. Just, like, and it still wasn't working. Then I had to unmod you and then remod you. Bloody ridiculous. I'm coming back to your question, by the way. Kane, I'll get to that. Just give me a second. No idea. Look forward to seeing it, Mark. Oh, hello, Nicole. Hello. Here Wisconsin. Hope you're all warm in here. Yes, out there, not so much. Baltic out there. It was snowing yesterday evening. I thought I was going to wake up to absolute carnage. I don't know why. I don't know why when I do. I'm looking up there because I can see myself. I don't know why when I do cold stuff I turn up north. Anyway, scariest thing I've gone through. I think the first one would have been in Snuff Mills when I first realised that something wasn't right, and I went from being very cocky to not so cocky in a very short concession. So it was like, there's nothing here. And then I got to the end of this bridge and heard something run at me, and there was nobody there that could possibly be running at me. Like physical, like doo footsteps, and not a single sod there, and I shit myself. So that's probably hands down the most scared I've ever been. The most unnerving I've ever been is probably after Woodchester Mansion. In that cellar, I just didn't feel very well, and it caused me to have a panic attack. But I wasn't per se scared in like the sense of like, I don't know. Scared's a very what's the word I'm looking for? Broad thing, isn't it? Oh, right. Let's have a look. Have I missed anything? Yeah, freezing cold. She was out 2 hours. 2 hours in that mind. I've been hibernating. Like I've done a few with so I was saying like Will was meant to be on here with me, and I've been to 2 locations with him now. One of them is a hospital. The other one is an underground rail tunnel, which was also used as an air raid shelter during the war. So those episodes will be coming up as and when I do them. Looks like my dad's here, keeping an eye on me. Look, you can do polls through the community tab. Maybe studio. I don't know if you can do it on live chat though. Yeah, I know. I know because so I've been on other people's lives, like, and they've done like a thing where they do like explanation mark, and then you know like people might know Purple, like he can do things where you do explanation mark fart, and it will make fart sounds. But I think Multiple might be right. It might be a feature that's through OBS. I'd need to look into this, because you can do scripts on OBS. So, but then how would you then make that go through onto YouTube and then it come up on the feed? Oh, I don't know. Right, I'm gonna move this over there because that's driving me mental. Right, can I take that panel out? Can I remove the panel? Pop out chat. There we go. Let's put the chat there. There you are. That's better. Some words came through that was relevant. I tell you what though, Stu, I watched that house you went to, And like when you get knocks like that, when it's like, hey, copy me, and then it's like bang, bang, bang. First of all, no bugger will believe it. Everyone will go, oh yeah, you got somebody up there. I've been in these situations where it happens and I know it happens. And it's mental. It's not normal by any stretch of the means. Like it just isn't normal. Yeah. There's no point in trying to understand it. Because I don't think it'll ever. I don't think it's that easy. Well, you go through, and I've done that one. Did you know about the children? Yes, I did know about them. Their names are June and Royston Shesby. I used to call them Shelby for some reason because I'm dyslexic and I read it wrong once, and then I kept calling them Shelby, like bloody Peaky fucking blinders, right? But it isn't. It's Shesby. They were their body. They were. If you, I've got a video on it. If anyone wants to know, there's a video, Snuff Mills history, and I did all the history down there. Unknown London. Hello, how are you? I've got a sneeze. It's Lee, isn't it? I believe. Hi everybody, Mark won't let me know. Who's no. That's all I'm saying to that. It's no. So who wants a little sneak peek of what I filmed the other like a couple of days ago at Halfway Farm? I'll show you a little sneak peeky, a peeky sneaky. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. Put it on that screen. Doobity doo. Doobie doo. I don't know if it's going to play the sound. Actually, I don't think there's any sound anyway. Look at this. Need some music with it on. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Hope you enjoyed my my tune that I did there with it. So there's a little insight. Yes, I have now got access to a drone, the DJI Mini, and that's taken on that. The nobody's ever seen it from the sky before, so it's quite interesting. I don't know what I'm still. You can't even see anymore. I'm still watching the video over there. I'm losing the plot. I am now. Hello, Chris. Didn't see you. I just seen people saying hello, Chris, and I was like, when did he pop in? Kind of snuck in out through the side. That's the one in Staton Drew. It is, yeah, it is. I can't say the exact spot because reasons, but you know the thing is though with Halfway Farm, because everybody's now called it and said that it's called Halfway Farm. If you literally just type in Halfway Farm Bristol, it comes up on the map. So yeah. Thanks for helping out more. Thanks for helping out with the video. This is the first. Okay, tried that many a time. Although the red switch. Thank you, Kate. I'm just going. That does it. That's not very professional of me, is it? When I'm going. Yeah, it was very Darth Vader at the end. I got to come in like that, like I'm blind or something like that. Can't quite see what it's being said here. I'm trying to have a look. But yeah. When's your next ghost hunt slash? Good question. I don't know. I'm very what's it called? Sporadic. So 1 minute I'll just be like, right, I'm going now, and then that's it. But I've filmed like a job lot. I've done like about 3 or 4 now. 3, 4, 2, 3. I've done 3 now. Oh, hello Tony. Happy New Year. Nice to see you. Do you know what I'm thinking, Tony? Of going back to the clock tower. I'm thinking about it. So yeah, Kane, I might do clock tower again. Might run an event there. See if anybody wants to join the event. Might film it this time as well myself. Big massive have a do there. Because I'm sort of open now to, like, you know, working with other people and what have you. Going around different people, different teams, seeing letting them see what the crack is, the way I do things. I've settled down a little bit. You might notice actually from some of the episodes that I'm not as aggressive anymore. I'm not as like, come and do something, you absolute beep 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 beep. Mainly because I got a bit put off after Woodchester. It did like frighten me a little bit, that prospect of the dangers involved with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still be like, right, I don't believe you're here, come on, do something. You're not here, are you? Nah, you're gone home. You know, like reverse psychology taunting. But I haven't really gone mental with it recently. Yes, I want to come. I'll put it on a prospect to go there then. There is another spot though I've been looking at. Somebody sent it to me the other day. I think it was Will sent it to me the other day. And I said to potentially do that as well. As a maybe. I can't remember where it was now. But I need to call them to see how much it would cost. Probably going to be an arm and a leg. Do you know what? I went to call a... Oh, that's Bert. Oh, is that Bert? I think his name... I call lots of things Bert, but... that... No, I think it's Bert... Or was it... Bert the Skeleton? I got Bert the Plunger. Yeah, I think his name's Bert as well. What was I saying? You thrown me now. Oh, yes. Went to book to go into a prison once. I think it was Gloucester Prison. Or the other one. I don't know, it was one of the two. And they wanted, right, it's about £2,000 they wanted to hire it out for the evening. £2,000! Do you know what? I could drive to France, Paris, and get in the catacombs for less money. I should do it, shouldn't I? Anyone know anybody from France, Paris, that can get me in the catacombs? Because I'm not just finding any old Joe, you know? Well, he won't be called Joe, will he? He'll be called, like, I don't know. I can't think of a French name, and even if I did, it'd probably be stereotypical, and then YouTube would be like, you can't say that, you can't do that. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't want to get mugged and, like, you know what I mean, left down there. But it's definitely somewhere I want to go. For sure. But, yeah, well, let's have a look. Gander. Important question. Oh, I've done the skeleton. Frankios. Jean. Jean. Or was that Jean? Jean-Michel Jarre. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's Jean-Michel Jarre for people that don't know. People are there going, what bloody hell's that he's doing? You might recognise that tune as well from when you go on holiday in holiday camps. I'm rambling. I got into Pentonville prison for free. What? How'd you get into there for free? I need to know these things. I need to find more places as well. Thing is, I'm gonna have to start traveling a little bit more to go to these places, and I want to try and do more with Josh, but Josh is very neither here nor there half the time. He's on cloud 9. But he's told me, and if you've seen the last update, he did say that he'd try and get more involved. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know. I think I'm going to be working a lot more with Will and my nephew Kian, because they seem to be really into it, and I don't know what I think. I think that yeah, they are really into it, and I got a few other friends as well, which are gonna. So one of my friends, Tom, he's gonna be in the halfway farm episode with his other half, and I might also work with some of my other friends, possibly Alex and Elliot, who I don't know. You may have seen. Some of you may have met them at Clock Tower if you came to Clock Tower, and some of you might have seen Elliot ages back. Ages back. That's years and ages back is one word. Ages. There's a new word for everybody there. Ages. It's years and ages as one. So ages back, he was in Snuff Mills, the episode. Where's the guest? I said that at the beginning. It was meant to be Will. He's got man flu, so he couldn't make it. So yeah, I changed the live last minute to general chit chat and catch up and New Year stuff, and just what it's basically me chatting to everybody and Q&A, pretty much. Just thought halfpenny perch and halfway farm, does that equal one paranormal? What do you mean? But they are named. Yeah, I've never thought of it that way. I'm starting to bloody mix all the stuff up though. I've been calling I've nearly called it Halfpenny Farm. The other day I called it Hopper's Farm because of Hopper's Woods. I'm losing the plot. Well, I've lost the plot. I'm losing it more. Into prison free. Think it's easy. Hit. Unwell. We had Josh video. Yeah, Josh is. He did the little thingy with me, and then he was in the last video in that farm in Wales, which is pretty much due to be probably. It looked like whoever's now bought it has grotted it. If you don't know what grotted it is, that means they knock all the anything that's not a wall that's needed to be up. So if the wall's not there to hold the building up, they've knocked it through, and they're probably just gonna. So the outside is the shell, and then the inside just all bashed through, pretty much. That seems to be what they're doing. So it's not going to be long before people move in there. So if anybody does want to go there, needs to be soonish. But I don't know if I will or not. It's quite a long way to go just to get it. But there's another place in Bridgend area that I've been looking at. 2 places actually. And if I can't get into those, then I suppose I can always double back to the farm. I try to look at like more than one place in a location before going, especially if it's a long way away, because you can't just go check the day before because it just takes ages to get there. So it's like, I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. But that's a prospect. Yeah, you couldn't film in the prison if you've been arrested. That's very true. Very, very true. So, did everybody enjoy like Christmas and New Year? Then I'm hoping people didn't get too off their bean, off their tits. Nobody got hurt. I'm hoping. Few people have been unwell. There seems to be a nasty cough going around, which I've been avoiding like the plague. No pun intended. But that's definitely something that's going around at the moment. And with this weather like being so erratic at the moment, might be just doing some more lives, maybe reviewing some footage, perhaps making some more stories, like maybe interviewing people about their stories, similar to the one that I did already with the man in the old man in the man in the mirror. Ah, that makes me think of a song. I'm gonna make a change for once. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. um, yeah, I don't really know. It's all like I sort of come up with stuff like off the top of my head half the time, and just be like, right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But what is coming up though? I need to say this like what you will see Sunday come in is madness. It's I've done 3 nights in Halfway Farm and took several different people there and caught some really strange things. It's the most extensive investigation to date. And it's going to be about 40 minutes long. So it's quite jam packed. I've cut out all the wiffle waffle and all the boring stuff. So it's like, there was no way I was going to be able to get 3 nights in without cutting a lot down. So for those of you that do like to see more of like, just nothing really happening and just chill moments of just waiting and talking and waiting and talking, a lot of that's been taken out just so I can fit all 3 nights into one. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Either way, it is going to be really good. Boring after Christmas Day. Dave, oh, you're unwell. Yeah, everybody's been unwell. I've just been trying to avoid it all. Like I was at working the other day and there was people coughing and I was like, right, you stay over there, a mile away from me, please. But anyone who is, I hope you all do get better because it's not nice. I had flu jab, so I shouldn't be able to get the flu. Didn't bother with the COVID one though. They were telling me to get it, and I was like, I've had COVID like 8 times or something. I don't know. I've lost count, but I'm still here, so it's not really a problem anymore. I'm more likely to die from like falling through a building or something, or like pissing off a demon and then being sucked into a dimension, like like that. And as I'm going through, whoever's filming me, I'm going, is it filming? Like that. Mark, chat, take care, stay safe. Oh, no worries. Thanks for joining though, Stu. Have a good one. I'm not going to be on too long today anyway. I don't imagine it'll probably be on to about half past 7, unless like people want to chat and talk about anything specific, and then I go off on like a massive rant about something. This is more just like a catch up really with everybody and talk about all different odds and ends, and you can ask me any question because I've not got any specific subject. Like sometimes I will do a live and it's about a specific subject, and then I don't like to branch off from the subject because with my ADHD, it's sometimes it's like it's difficult for me to once I've got something in my head, I like to follow that road, but the road is open. That's what I'm saying. So take the opportunity by the arm and ask away anything that if you feel like asking. Because now's a good time to do it. Did we get him being sucked into the pit black abyss on tape? Yes. I would be very, very annoyed if it wasn't caught on camera. 100%. Had COVID jab first time round. It made me sick for days. Not had one since. yeah, I don't know about them. You know what I mean? There's something. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of propaganda out there, so it's not. It's hard to know what to believe and not what to believe. So I done Arnold's Vale twice, I think, as episodes. Maybe once as episodes. I don't know. Been there more. Um, 2 or 3 times, maybe as episodes. One of them didn't go out because it was literally just nothing happening. Like, couldn't even make it scary because it just consisted of basically sitting on a bench and waiting and not a lot else. And I've been there a few times in general outside of Haunting the Truth and never had anything happen there. But I do know there is history there. Apparently there's, so say, a spirit of someone that was buried alive or something, or someone, and something about someone trying to find their husband or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It's hard to remember. But yeah, the last one, I think we did put it out. I can't remember though. Pretty sure I don't know. I don't remember. Have you ever been? Oh, just done that. Yes, personal choice. Frankly, we have choice for now. It was a pregnant nun buried in the walls. Oh, okay. I knew it was something like, I couldn't remember the exact story, but I knew I went there for some reason other than the cemetery. But I never understand cemeteries and graveyards anyway as being hotspots for hauntings. Um, like if we're hypothetically saying that, well, some of you obviously believe in ghosts, like flat rate, anyway. But as a hypothetical thing, let's say ghosts were confirmed completely to be real, and when you die, you do pass over. Why would you stay with your, what's basically the shell that contains the consciousness, which people believe is the soul? Why would you stay with that in some dark, dingy graveyard? Because most people, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem to make sense to me. Like, if you've left that body, why would you linger with it? Put it out of my memory. Mark and Queen investigating Arnold's Vale. Do you want me to go back there? Maybe. Just nothing happened the last few times. Apart from a thunderstorm, I remember that much. There was a massive thunderstorm. And it was pissing it down. I've heard the Black Castle over the road is proper haunted too. It's a castle? I don't remember there being a... Was that what the name of the place is called? The Black Castle? Is it a pub? I don't know. I'd go past it like every time I want to get to Halfway Farm, so... The Black Castle. I don't know. Isn't the furry that the only spirit that haunts a graveyard is the first? I don't know. I mean, a lot of the stuff I've heard is like there's sort of people that guard, not people, but there's like guardians of the graveyard. Some people mention things like spirit, like hounds and stuff, something like that. And the Greenbank one is said to still hold the spirit of the dude that the dude the dude that built the thing in the middle that was responsible for Greenbank Cemetery. He's said to apparently haunt the place. That's kind of understandable because it's his gaff, in it. That's where he lived. Well, not lived, but he built the place. It's not a castle, it's the pub. Oh, so I was right by saying pub. See, I had it in my head, but I couldn't think. But it'd be cost a fortune getting there if they let me investigate. I recently seen somebody get into the old tavern, and I want to know how, because that place is boarded, like with like well, boarded's the wrong word. It's metalled, should I say? It's metalled off with big metal things, and can't get in there at all. I've been in there once when the window was open at the back, and there was a bench, and I climbed on the bench and I shimmied through the window onto the radiator below, and it was the bathroom. And then I came out of the bathroom into the main, I don't know, the main area of the pub, I suppose you would call it. And then the alarm went off, and I went, and then I legged it back out and jumped out the window. And then the next day, that window was metalled off. It's called the Black Castle because it was a castle many years ago. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to get in touch with them, aren't I? Probably gonna cost bloody. If they're gonna just be like, no, because the thing is, as well, is like it'd have to be after 12, probably. I don't mind that though, 12 till 3. But then they're like, they probably live there, so just people. But if I was like, I don't know, some production company like Ghost Adventures, they would let me in like that because I'm just me. They don't. It's a bit of a shame. Do you know what? I want to figure out how to, because it said that if I'm live, I can. How do you do gifts? Can I gift? I just found something. I just found out where you can make your polls. My brain just was like, someone out there when I said that is now thinking you can make polls in Poland. That's a really, really bad joke, but I bet someone thought of it. Local councils have keys to metal squatter doors. If you know someone, you can get a copy. I know a caretaker who has skeleton keys, but I don't know if it goes to like council stuff. But the door for the old tavern, it's a big metal door with a code on it. I think it's got 9 digits. I suppose eventually you could just figure it out. Or I suppose I could go over to it and spray it with something and then come back and then get a UV torch and then it'll have like Are you no that's probably no that probably constitutes breaking an entry. I don't want to break it. I'd rather get permission to get in there. I'm just trying to get hold of the owner, but I don't know who currently owns it. I'm picking up Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. Of course, if it's just open, if the door was open, then that's just open access, and that's just, if you can just get in there because the door's open, then civil trespass, and not a lot anyone can really do about it. Fun fact: it's not a criminal offence. Civil trespass. I'm picking up some Jack Daniels. There's a bit, some few spirits there, is it? I'll join you, Jack Daniels. Stella, spirit of Mr. Smirnoff. Just what? The spirits in the pub. Oh dear. Oh dear. Plenty of spirits around the back. The Turner and Hooch. So many bad jokes, yeah. But yeah, a lot of these places are not easy to get into, but I see videos on the internet of people in them, and I'm like, well, how did you get in there then? Because last I checked, it's sealed all the way round, and I don't know. That we cannot mention Starmer because I'll end up being put in prison. Right? Not allowed to say anything. Freedom of expression is gone in this country. Get someone else to break it. It's more ethical. Oh dear. Yeah. What Anne-Marie said. It's on Blackberry Ale, Bristol. Let me know when you got in. There's a face of a demon in your red curtain. I don't see no demon. No, I don't see no demon. It will help. He's really good at. I'm good at breaking things as well. Like just a general thing. I've been through about 20 of these in my time. I'm always breaking them, dropping them. Haven't really used them recently though because I keep forgetting the. Well, the thing is, I have to take it with the Faraday cage, and some of the places I can't be bothered to lug the Faraday cage about. So I've shot myself in the foot a little bit there. I need a smaller one built. So yeah. Off for tea. Tea was about. What time is it now? Hour and a half ago. It's now nearly 7:30. Tea. Oh, hello, Betty. Is it a bit of curtain pareidolia? That's what we've got in the room. I can't see it personally. I like the ones that see Jesus in a piece of toast. That's always funny. Oh dear. Talking of Jesus, well, Yeshua of Nazareth. I've been watching some odds and ends about the old Messiah back in the day. So a program called Chosen. It's quite interesting actually. I don't know how much to believe and not believe because you know what I'm like. I need to see it to believe it type of person, but yeah, still all the same, it's quite an interesting thing. I think it's important as well to research into these things because it does come under the paranormal umbrella. Oh, okay, Patty. Well, look, we're not going to get political on here because I want this to be monetized and not shut down. So no saying things that are going to get us into trouble. Let's leave that alone. A toast to Jesus. It's funny. What people think about me potentially looking at other footage then online and then saying if I don't want to so if I find stuff that I think is interesting, I would say this is an interesting capture, and then I'll talk about it. But at the same time, if I think it's nonsense, like that car that the little girl was walking by and it moved and the door opened and there's clearly a bloody fishing line going across, at the same time I would say this is absolute bollocks. Next location is going to be, other than the ones that I've already filmed, so that's the tunnel and the hospital. Possibly a care home. Yeah, that's going to have to be done soon. Um, because I don't know how long it's going to be there and accessible for. But then again, the temperature is freezing. But got no choice. Gonna have to do it soon. I have to get somebody on it and go there. Try and have to go like I'm gonna have to lasso. Lasso, is that what they're called? Josh on the other end. Come on, and get him to come with me. Investigate an old stable in Bethlehem. Might. Has anyone ever done that? Has anyone ever done an investigation in like like anywhere where he would have been? Where did he? So you've like, where would it be? Like, I suppose if you could find, I don't think they even know that, do they? That's all like the area with the tomb where he was apparently buried. I think there's some people that think they found the site of the birth, so say. What an interesting thing to do, though. Should I'll whip the Ouija board out and see if I can get bloody Yahweh on the line. I don't think anyone's ever done that either. Like, we're all trying to find like these spirits and stuff, and people go on about gods and different gods and what have you, and I don't think anyone's ever specifically got like a spirit box out and gone to, like, I don't know, somewhere in India and tried to get hold of the spirit god of Ganesh, for example. Nobody's ever done that. Podden wouldn't allow you due to religious grounds. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, though. I've never really thought of it. Any of those are under very... okay. Yeah, then you're probably not going to be able to. Oh, hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Good evening. Happy New Year and everything. How did Joseph fall for the old one from Mary? It's God's child. I would be questioning my... So what you're basically saying is Mary got up the duff with somebody else and then went, oh, God, it was God. I don't know. I wasn't there to see if it happened or what happened or if it's real or not real and what. I mean, the thing is, I want to know if there's any actual historical documentation other than the books of the Bible. So is there anything written in like old Roman texts or any other like historical Jewish text that specifically talks about any unusual supernatural paranormal abilities coming from a bloke called Yahshua? Like, does it exist anywhere? Because that's what I'd been interested to know. A phantom pregnancy. It's half elephant. You would not understand the Indian. I would understand the Indian accent. I'm used to it every time I need to um like phone up, like, because there's a problem with the internet or something. Unknown London, the postman. Look, we got to be careful. We got to be careful when talking about religion because some people are very religious, and I'm not. I'm not. I find it interesting personally. Um, I'm open skeptic, which basically means that I'm open to the idea of things and I will look into them and study them and research them and make my own mind up on them. But I think what's happened is certain religions or certain, not religions, but certain parts of religions, so the inner religions of the religions, have sort of taken stuff to suit what they want to put across as their ideology, and that's where things start getting a bit iffy. You know, like the Westboro Baptist Church, for example, they go a bit far with things. So, you know, on an extreme level, you had years ago the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expected them. But yeah, no, you know what they did, all those atrocities and stuff in the name of religion. That's where I don't think, nah, that's not where it's not good. He's mentioned in nearly all religions he was real, but was he the son of God? Who knows? Some people say he was just another prophet. But if it's true that he came back to life and he, you know, brought Lazarus back to life, and that the other person who died from the illness back to life, then, I mean, does that then say you're the son of God, or are you just is that just necromancy? Because you're bringing the dead back. Interesting. I'm gonna have a drink. What I need to do really is have a podcast on this subject with people that are like, it'd be really good to get, you know, someone Jewish, someone Muslim, someone Christian, someone Buddhist, someone Hindu. Is that all of them? Well, yeah, that's the main ones. Unless I've missed someone out, get them all in a room and then like have a fat chinwag in the podcast and just talk. It's like, right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Or if need be, just do it on the Christian concept and get somebody who is believer and knows an awful lot and could be questioned quite a lot. And then, I mean, I was going to do it with Ranger Paul, but obviously he's off. He's gone. So now I need to find somebody else. I have got a neighbour though that he used to be a preacher, and he might be happy to talk about it. And I've disappeared. Why have I disappeared? I'm talking about God, look what's happened. I've actually vanished. Let me put my temporary webcam on, which I think is, I can't even find that one now. That one. All right. Yeah, give me a second. I've just lost my other camera for some reason. Maybe there's like a limit on how long I can leave it going for before it like starts overheating or something. I don't bloody know. Get the other one back. There we go. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's talking about potentially doing a podcast, wasn't I? You got me on that religious panel. You got to get me on that religious panel. I mean, yeah, I could do it over a thing like this, over like a WhatsApp or something. It doesn't have to be in person necessarily, but so long as nobody is like an asshole, and it's all kept like a constructive, and no one's mocking anyone, and then on the same token, the religious people aren't trying to be like, you know, repent or you will die and go to hell sort of thing, then like, well, there's been some Jehovah's Witnesses that I've spoken to, and they're a bit like that, to be fair. One of them, like, I was like, you know, I've had enough of the conversation. He put his foot through the door and then held the door open to carry the conversation on. Like, yeah, I'm not having anyone like that. I'm happy to talk about it, but don't do that. Would you go back to Lee Wood's last video? I seen scared Some of you big time. Maybe. Maybe, yeah. So there's been so many on that place now that I'm like, what else more can I do there? But if I can come up with a different idea, or maybe go to a different spot or find a different spot, um, then yeah, I'll do it. He works in mysterious ways. It was a pitch black void, and we didn't get it on tape. Yes, that's exactly what happened. That religious people can never answer. If God created all, who created him? Yeah, but then you can say the same about the same within in the spectrum of science. So the scientific theory is everything started at the Big Bang. So it all started at a singularity. There was nothing, and then there was everything. So how did that everything come into existence? So you say, how did God come into existence? Whereas I say, well, how did that start? What made that go? There's a couple of things out there. Some say it's the back end of another universe collapsing and then re-expanding. Some people say that it's an infinite loop, so that the universe is expanding and then eventually it will reverse, and then there'll be the big crunch and it'll come back in on itself, and then that energy, when it comes back in on itself, goes to the singularity, and then it blows up, and then it's a constant loop. And we've done this about 1,000 times already, which is why there's such thing as deja vu. That's what some people say anyway. I don't bloody know. But that still begs the question of, well, how did it start in the first place? What was there a start? Where did those other universes come from? Like, it's a never-ending question. I think it's beyond our comprehension. We can't comprehend nothing. You can't do it. You should put that Freddy mask on the skeleton. I would, but the skeleton's got a rope on the top, and I don't want to break the mask because I'd have to put a hole through it. I've had the experience too much. Cheeky sods. I like to play the game with the Jehovah's Witnesses now, which is how long can I keep them at the door for? They didn't come back since I went down with the Ouija board, though. I haven't seen them since. You think you could get a rabbi and Muslim cleric together for a debate? Look. I could try. I mean, they believe in the same God, don't they? Just at different periods of time and with different perceptions. But at the end of the day, it's the same bloke. It's still Yahweh. We have to say, and the word Allah, by the way, is God. That's what it means, God. It's not his name. Allah is translated as God, which is a translation from the original Aramaic, which was El-Ha. Like E-L-H. I can't remember how to spell it. But yeah, it comes from the original Aramaic, which was then translated to Arabic, which was then translated to English. Interesting. We have to have our politics screened through Judaism and Islam. I don't know. Say you believe in ghosts, watch their bewilderment. If I said I believed in ghosts in general, I think I'd watch the bewilderment of everybody online go, wait, what did Mark just say then? Hold my drink. Did he just say that he now believes in ghosts? That's what would happen. Because I don't know what it is at the moment. I'm one of the most stubborn people that you would ever gonna meet. Like, you would think by now that I would go, yeah, ghosts are real because I've seen items fly across rooms. But I go, well, I didn't see the thing that made the item go across the room. Ergo, I don't know it's a ghost. So, yeah. Until it's like, hey, I am John. I died in the corner. Then it's hard for me to... It's hard, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to... Yeah, but then again, see, I'm getting conflicted in my brain here because the story that I was sent, I don't know if I can say it was your story, you're here, and I know it's your story. But that story about the man and then finding out that it looked like his granddad, and when you hear stories like that, it makes me wonder, well, what is that then? If that's not a ghost, what's that? I think if I seen that sort of thing, that would do it as well. To be fair, that would do it for me. Or it would have to be clean cut though, like completely, like, I'm, for example, walking through Stoke Park, Bristol, and then I see Elizabeth Somerset go past me on a horse, and then she goes through the fucking wall or something. That's what it would need to be. Say I'm not expecting Jesus to come back then. Answer the door. You'd be surprised. God made man in his own image. Don't run from your creator. The thing is, the story of Adam and Eve predates the Torah, because that's where it came in the Torah, and it's actually a story from a different belief system, and they weren't called Adam and Eve. So that original origin story is come from several different other beliefs at the time. Like, I think there was a few like Babylonian beliefs and stuff going on back then. I can't remember the exact. But the oldest, biggest religion is Hinduism. Gotta love a bit of Kali though, haven't you? Not Kali as in. Oh, I love a bit of Kali. Kali as in the god Kali, as in Kalima, Kalima, Kalima. Boom, 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 boom. That one. What time is it? It's getting late, isn't it? You can see the cogs turning in your mind. Yeah. I'm very conflicted in myself, so it's understandable why no bugger understands me. I have a few people say like, we don't understand you. We don't understand what, like, how can you go into places and say this and have this stuff happen, and then the next minute be like, well, I think you'll find that blah 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 blah. And it's because there's like two things going on in my brain. There's Mark, the scientific minded person, and then there's Mark, the shit, this is real person. And they're like constantly like in my head. Yeah, it does my head in, so I can understand why it does everyone else's head in. But at least that, I'm always gonna be honest, and I'm always gonna try to figure things out as and when I can, and keep this, because I always go into places with figure it out first, and if I can't, then it might be something, instead of there is something here, it's definitely here, so I'm gonna prove it. No. The story is there's something here. Let's see if I can figure it out. If I can't, then I'll say there's something here. So I do it opposite to most investigators. Most people start with, there's a ghost in this building. I'm going to communicate with that ghost to prove to you it's a ghost. That's not what I'm about. And if the ghost does appear, then I will go, Jesus, not Jesus, well, it might be Jesus. Jesus, you're real. Let's prove it to the world. And then there you go. Buy some patches. Here they are. You'll get monsters for sure. Wait, what's been said? Don't talk about that. Yeah, I know. Another story. What made you go into the paranormal investigating? So believe it or not, when I was really young, like 13, 14 sort of age, I actually believed in that ghosts were real, that spirits were real. I used to think that I had a ghost in my house because the taps used to come on. Turned out to be dodgy taps in the end. Used to watch Most Haunted, used to think it was real. Used to see people like John Edwards that could communicate with the dead on telly, used to think it was real. And then as I got a bit older, and then I started, one of my friends, he's a computational chemist, a doctor, and he started talking about more rational things. And then I started getting into close-up entertainment, like card tricks and stuff. And then I learned about mentalism because of Darren Brown. And then I learned about all the fakery from, there was other magicians out there. Uh, you can go search him up. His name's James Randi, the great James Randi. He basically debunked a lot of this medium stuff, a lot of the ghost stuff. I then, I was still interested in the idea about it, but then I started becoming more skeptical about it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to believe this unless it's real, but I'm going to go about trying to figure out all these places that are said to be haunted and then say why they're not. So I used to pay to go on events, and I'd turn up to them. I would enjoy going to the locations and I would enjoy the social stuff of it, but on the most part, it would basically be me figuring stuff out. So, for example, was in a prison once, we were all holding hands, and someone was like, "Oh, I'm feeling a presence here. It's really cold." And I said to them, "Can I switch places with you?" And I switched with them, and then I felt cold, and I turned round, and in the cell behind me, the window was open. So then everyone was like, "Oh." And then I started Haunting the Truth. At the time with Chris, when he was still part of the team, and he, I wanted it to be the debunking show. I wanted to be, right, we're going to go to places. So, like most debunkers out there, they watch videos and then they make a judgment on those videos from what they're watching. Whereas I was like, right, this whole location said to be haunted. I'm going to go there and debunk it and say why it isn't. And then stuff happened that I couldn't explain. Things running at me, items seemed seamlessly moving by themselves, knocks that seem to be responsive from things I can't see. So then it became, right, there is something going on. I can see why people say it's a ghost. I'm still not in a place where I'm happy enough to make that commitment yet, but I'm now on a journey to figure out what those things are, and I've come round to the idea of that it could be the dead and it could be a ghost. So that's why I now go into places and I will call out and say, if this is the spirit here. But you'll notice I'll be like, if you're a spirit, entity, or whoever or whatever you are, make a noise. Because we don't know what it is. We genuinely don't. Like, even when somebody says they see someone that's a dead person and it's their relative, there's many religions out there which will say that that is not a ghost of your relative, but that is something evil, like a demon or a dark spirit, that is pretending to be your relative and it's trying to manipulate you. So we don't know what it is. And now, Haunting the Truth is literally, if I can figure it out, I will. If I can't, then everybody's on the same journey with me to document the findings. And did something dark go across my screen then? Did anyone just see that? I went like this and I swear it just went black across my screen. Am I going mental? Right. Yeah, but I think I'll get the point anyway. That was a long-winded answer. A lot of you already know it though, so you're like, oh, here he goes again. Same old bloody answer. Being skeptical is not only smart, but also very pragmatic. It does stop you from losing yourself as well a little bit when you're investigating. If you try to keep a bit of rational thinking, otherwise you start falling into like your own brain and like mass hysteria. Used to love watching most, yeah. It's just a shame, like, the John Edwards, I think, got called out as being a fake, and then so did Most Haunted because of Derek Acora. So then you're left with, like, you're a bit deflated. I started because I had too many questions in my head regarding the paranormal, but now I have even more. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what happens. Let's get have a drink. I try to avoid TikTok, I'm honest. It does my head in anyway. Yeah, the screen went black. I'm gonna have to wind that back. It did it? That's mental. That's live as well. Like, just so you know, right? This is a ring light up here. So when I cover that ring light, it's not doing it. If I do this, is my hand, and then I got another light over there, like that, and it was a full-on black over the screen. That's weird. That's really weird. That scared me a little bit, to be fair. Right, who asked the question of what my beliefs were and why? Because well, that happened whilst I was on my ramble, as it were. Do an impression of what Derek Acora. I don't know if I can do his accent, but it used to be like, because he was like he's like Sam. I'm getting a name. And that's Scottish, isn't it? I might be able to do Clinton Baptiste though. Does anyone know Clinton Baptiste? I like it when he's like, because he got to go up north first of all like that, and he's like, so I'm here, I got somebody here, and that's Welsh. That's bloody Welsh. And I'm like, don't know what's going on, but there's something here. I'm getting a word. There you go, Clinton Baptiste. Oh dear. Scouse. I can't do Scouse. I don't think. I can't do it. As soon as you go like above a certain area, it all becomes the same accent with me. Anyway, probably we'll start wrapping up now. I'm guessing people got bloody things to be doing this evening. So is there any other questions before we call it a night? Like I was saying, tune in for next Sunday. About 5 o'clock. I think I got to a bit earlier because I got to go to work. So I think it's going to be 5 o'clock. It's going to be premiered, and it's going to be Halfway Farm, the big episode I'm doing. Don't do that accent. I don't know which one. I did a few. But yeah, if everybody's good, I thank you for everybody that's joining. Unless you've got another question, it's been a good one. Keep safe, keep warm, keep spooky. That's cheesy, isn't it? That was really cheesy. I'm just gonna wait for the chat to catch up with me, and then see if people ask any questions or if you're just saying goodbye, and then I'll go from there. And yeah. By the way, that's how you tell if somebody's South African or not. By the way they say yes. If they go yeah, South African. Thanks for joining, Malta. Thanks for everybody joining, actually. Any other merchandise coming? Don't know. Not sure. I'm going to have to go back and have a look at that myself. If you've got a time frame, that'd be great. And I might have to put it as like a little short or something, because that was weird. I think that's the second time that's happened now. And it's been 2 different cameras. Yeah, it's weird. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Yeah. No worries. I'm always happy to answer questions, even if they're, trying to pull something apart that I've captured, as long as it's kept as like a, not in a nasty way and someone's just trying to figure it out. I'm always happy to talk about stuff. I'm very open like that. And yes, everybody, if you haven't already asked anything or want me to do anything else, just, you know, pop a message down maybe in the comments of this if there's anything else you want me to do. If you do want to purchase a patch, let me know. They're £6. I can get one to you if you want one. You don't have to, but it's just a bit of merch. It's the only merch I got. And I don't have any ads recently. I should be having ads because I turned them on. I'll look into that. But yeah, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening until next time. Please subscribe, like, and share. Please subscribe, like, and share. You have already bloody subscribed, like, and share. Because how are you commenting if you haven't subscribed? By the way, that's the plonker. And have a good one. I'm gonna wave now, because if I don't wave, it'll be rubbish. Where's my camera? There. Bye.